If you love fish, then you should definitely try this pot of croaker fish stew. And if you don't like fish, this recipe may make you change your mind. Let me show you how to make this delicious pot of croaker fish stew. And you can pair this with some cooked beans and fried plantains as well, and it tastes absolutely delicious. So to make this, we'll need some croaker fish. I'm using two big croaker fish here, well washed and gutted. And then we are going to season this with some black pepper, onion granules, oregano, thyme, salt, and then we're going to add in some oil. I'm using chili oil here, but you can use any oil of choice. And then we are going to go ahead to mix this together. So while mixing, you want to be very careful so that the bone from the fish doesn't injure your hands, because croaker fish can be very bony. So after mixing this together, if you have some time, you can go ahead to marinate this for at least 30 minutes, and then we are going to go ahead to prepare the rest of the ingredients. So to make this stew, we need some tomatoes, red bell peppers, and then the long sweet peppers, but you can also use only bell peppers. And then we'll also need some onions and then pepper to your taste. So we're going to blend the tomatoes and peppers together with one onions, and then we're going to chop the other onions for making the stew. But make sure to deseed the bell peppers and the long sweet peppers before blending together. And after blending, this is what our tomato and pepper mix looks like. So at this point, we're going to set our oven or grill to 150 degrees Celsius. Then place the croaker fish on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. And then we're going to bake this for about 20 minutes on one side, flip it over, and bake for another 20 minutes on the other side, because I like them to be crispy. And this is what it looks like after baking for a total of 40 minutes. So now to make the stew, into a pan, we're going to add in some oil, go in with the onions, and then we are going to allow this to fry for about 2 minutes to release its flavor. And then we'll add in some ginger and garlic paste and one rosemary sprig. Then allow this to fry for another 2 minutes before adding in some tomato paste. I'll leave the full ingredient list in the description box. So we're going to fry this for about 5 to 7 minutes until it loses its sour taste, or until it looks like this. And then we're going to go in with the tomato and pepper mix. So we're going to mix this together until it is well combined, and then we'll allow this to fry for about 15 to 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, this is what our sauce is looking like. Now we are going to go ahead to season this. So I'm going to be seasoning with some curry, thyme, some seasoning cubes, and then salt. Add this in and then mix this together. So at this point, we're going to add in some water so that the sauce is not too thick, because we're going to be cooking this for another 5 minutes. And after mixing, we are going to cover this up and allow to cook for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, we're going to open this up and our sauce is well cooked. So you know your sauce is well cooked when you can see some oil on top of the sauce, and you can also add in more water if you want. So at this point, we're going to add in some kale. So I'm using some fresh kale, but you can also use ugu leaves or any leaves you prefer. So I just washed up the kale, sliced them up, and then ran some hot water over it because it's a little bit tough, and then added it into the sauce. Then we're going to be adding in the fish as well. Mix this together, and then we're going to cover this and then allow it to cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, we're going to open up the pot and add in the last but very important ingredient, some basil, but you can also use some scent leaves if that's what you have. Mix this together, and that's it. Our sauce is ready. So you can serve this up any way you prefer. I like to just serve this up with some cooked honey beans and fried plantain. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.